Good morning, guys. Silver 5150 here with your morning update for Monday, May the 4th, 2020. Not a lot going on today. Markets are pretty quiet right now. I think equities are down about 1%, but that's actually up from the lows they were down earlier this morning. And oil is flat at about $19.36. Gold is up 1%, and silver is flat. So very quiet in the markets right now. Even cryptos are starting to gain some ground after being down this weekend. Bitcoin around 8,300, I believe. In other news, you had Lebanon. They're going through stagflation right now, and it looks like they're heading into hyperinflation as their government decides what they're going to do about the default they made on their debt here last week. So there are some people out there in Lebanon. They're protesting, and they're trying to coerce the government to take action to begin to try to stabilize their economy, at least fix it, and find a way to stabilize the Lebanese pound, because if not, hyperinflation could come their way pretty quick. It's very unfortunate, but it's going to offer us a nice educational tool to see how hyperinflation would work here in the most modern era, the post-COVID-19 era, and see what we have to look forward to if our governments can't figure out a way to pull us together. And I don't believe they will. I'm sorry. I just don't see it happening. It's been going on for too long. And in fact, the debt clock quietly shot past 21,000 on gold. The gold to dollar ratio went past 21,000. I'm sure a lot of you stackers out there noticed it, the guys that watch the debt clock and stuff. But while I was checking that out, Mike Maloney on goldsilver.com on his YouTube channel, he pointed out something very interesting about the debt clock. When you guys go and watch the debt clock again here, either today or whenever you decide to do it, go ahead and check out the debt and watch the U.S. debt go past 25 trillion, I think. Should be this week, if not today or tomorrow. But at the same time, just kind of move over to the left a little bit and look at the income, or look at the funds that are collected there, and it should be around 2 trillion or 3 trillion, if I'm not mistaken. That number is actually going down, guys. So you've got the debt that is rocketing up at towards 25 trillion, and then you've got the revenues collected that are actually headed downward. So what does that mean? What that means is not only are they not collecting funds fast enough to pay the debt, which means they'll never pay the debt, talking about the United States, but they're creating these omnibus and stimulus programs that are actually turning that number around. That number used to go up with the debt. Even though, it was futile to try to catch up with the debt, at least used to go upward. Now it's going downward because all of these promises are being made, guys. Helicopter money. We talked about this. Helicopter money, quantitative easing, money clicking or printing, however you want to call it, checks to the people in order to make sure the economy does not crash completely. And then, of course, there's, all the stuff that's looming in the stock market and jobs being lost and all that stuff. We talked about last night. The numbers are going to be abysmal coming into the third quarter for the second quarter, and I really don't see how they're going to be able to paper that over. So you can see this stuff develop in real time. Thanks to Mike Maloney for pointing that out, that the revenue, the income revenue on that debt clock is actually going backward, going down, while the debt is rocketing upward. So very interesting dynamic there. All right. So here we have the probably the most dynamic round, because we're still going to talk a little bit about rounds like we did last night, and the merits of rounds if you know what to shop for. I shop for, I guess you could say, aesthetics. If I'm impacted viscerally when I see a coin, I go, that's going to be a hit. I'm going to buy that. Or excuse me, a round. In this particular case, you have this Aztec design round, which I think is by Golden State Mint. And they just, they gave people an opportunity to have that Aztec kilo coin from the Mexican Mint experience. Because, the Mexican Mint, they mint the Aztec kilo coins. And these things those things usually run around $1,200. They come in a nice fancy box and everything like that. But they've got all of this activity on there from the Mayan calendar, the Aztec calendar, for you to enjoy and talk about with friends that you're close enough to let them see your silver. And that was before these rounds came out, the only way to do that. But as it stands right now, these new Aztec rounds, they are available in the 1 ounce like I have here. I have some 5 ounces in the vault. They have those. And then they've got 2 ounces in between those. And I do believe you can get 10-ounce bars now, which I believe some vendors do have. Now, the 10-ounce bars are bars, and they're not quite as neatly put together as, say, any of the rounds, but they still have quite the design feature on them. And I think they're probably the most dynamically designed bar out there. There are some better looking bars, but in terms of actual detail and what you get for your money, the strike itself, it just beats everything hands down. I mean, you can look at this right here. We've expanded this on a laptop and on a big TV screen to see what was going on in here. Easily a week's worth of conversation involving, this calendar and how they set up this coin. So this will close out our segment here as Stackers on the merits of rounds versus coins. I think they're all good, but for now, we're going to just say that if you know what to look for and you know when to buy it, meaning to get the best price, you really can't go wrong with silver rounds. Silver is silver, and as the spot price goes up, and in some cases the premiums will go up if you have something that people really desire. That's what creates a premium. Not a retail market. It's just the whatever the customer desires, which I guess is the retail market. In any case, if you see these out there in any size or denomination, try to get them because you are really not going to lose anything long term when it comes to the resale of these. People are going to want them. I think they will be limited in terms of how much the mintage will be with these. In fact, I don't even think you can find many now, and I don't think they're minting anymore, so we might already be there. But if you see them out there in the secondary market, eBay, what have you, try to pick yourself up some because, these will be some of the best, I think, reselling rounds out there. So tonight, we're going to move on to coins and talk about the merits of buying coins and talk about the tricks of buying quality coins at round prices. Isn't that something? If you know what to look for, when to look for it, you can save a lot of money on good quality coins. A lot of money can be found in getting offbeat denominations, 3 ounce, 1.5 ounce, 2.5s, you can find them, 1.75s, 3/4 of an ounce, half an ounce. That's where a lot of the value is sometimes. All right. So guys, go out there today. Remember your cellular immunity. I'm not going to go through the list. Okay, fine, I'll go through the list. Chocolate tree mushroom, vitamin D3, the new hot kid on the block, vitamin C, liposomal vitamin C, preferably if you can get it. But if not, all vitamin C is good. And then any kind of other supplements you want to throw in there. I use C60 olive oil. And I have, my elderberry gummies that I have at night. And then I'm taking some supplemental zinc also. So that's all we're trying to do. We're trying to survive. So later on, we can have this in our insurance policy and thrive as an investment. All right. Thanks, guys, for watching. Like, share, subscribe. And we'll see you this afternoon, hopefully with something really cool. Take care.